I hesitate to get up today. There's a lot of good preachers up here. A lot of wisdom sitting right here amongst a lot of preachers up here. And I'm new and young in the game, but I feel at home in this area. My grandfather, some of you know, in Chaffee. I don't know how far that is from here, not very far, I think. But as Brother Mal was speaking when he got up, and he was talking about charity. And the way I understand it, that was one of my grandfather's main messages when he was around here. And I was thinking about that as I left the motel this morning. When you was talking on it, oh, my heart got beating. I need to get up. I didn't want to get up. But the first Corinthians chapter 13. I'm going to be. Would you say you have a problem getting up being too long, and I have a problem being too short? So I'll be short. You don't have to worry about it. But I think the first chapter, 1 Corinthians 13 chapter, is probably one of the most read passages in the Bible, and one of the most quickly forgotten. Right? We forget that we should be charitable. You know, we forget that we should live that. And I'm just going to read just first a little bit here. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains. That's a lot of faith. That's a lot of faith. And have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. And we in Jackson, we feed a lot of people. We help a lot, try to help a lot of people. A lot of people that people won't help. And though we do that and have not charity, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profits me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It is not puffed up. Doth not behave itself unseemly, seeking not her own. We're supposed to be seeking our brother's well-being. Absolutely. Doth not behave itself unseemly, seeking not her own, is not easily provoked, thinking no evil. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. Beareth all things, believeth all things, and hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never fails. However you live your life, if you have charity, it'll never fail you. It will never fail you. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. And I was thinking, as he's also talking about getting people in the church, keeping people in the church. And I've said in Jackson several times, our job is to throw out the net. He told his disciples one time, he said, throw the net on the right side. And he wasn't talking about left or right. He said, throw it out on the right side of the ship. And then he pulled the net in. And whatever's in that net comes in. You bring it in. Every time. And it's not our job to bring them in and gut them and scale them and put them on the pan yet. You know? It's our job just to get them in the boat or get them on the bank. Okay? And then he said, let the tares grow with the wheat. Yes, sir. Let them grow with the wheat. Lest you pull up the good plant. Lest you tear up the garden. You know, you get in there, you get in the garden with the hoe and get the hoe, and if you ain't paying attention, you may whack the tomato plant off. you know. But you got, you know, a lot of times we don't like the tares growing up with the wheat though. Because they come in and they don't look good in the landscape. You got a nice pretty garden and then you got some tares growing up in there. And they don't look pretty. They just don't look like they should be there. It ain't our decision. It ain't our decision. Our job is to just get them here. Just get them to Christ. Tell them about Jesus Christ. Tell them how they can be saved. The same as I was. I was a tare one time. But somebody let me stay. They didn't run me off. You know, they didn't tell me that my hair was too long or breeches too short and all that. You know, what they call water fountain sermons. I think somebody used to say years ago. You know, they catch them by the water fountain and give them a sermon. You know, but thank God they let me stay long enough that God could straighten me out some. You know, if they'd have cleaned me and scaled me right when I got in, I probably would have left. You know. And it was bad enough. It was bad enough just being under Brother Exbury, right? And those were strict, hard times for young people. You know, I can look back now and I thought, well, he's right. You know, he was right most of the time. You know, but sometimes we got to give people a little chance. We got to give them a little breathing room. You know, not to let down on standards, not to let down on anything immoral, but let people grow. Let them grow up. And maybe, by chance, maybe they'll change from a tare to something that'll produce fruit, you know. And I'm just glad to be here today.